You can always Photoshop.
Good evening and welcome to Pinstripes After Dark. I'm Uncle Tass. I'm here with my co-host Sunil and three sexy motherfuckers that are going to guarantee that this is one of the best shows that we've ever done. We got Chris Rodriguez, NFV, and everybody's favorite villain. We got LA Yankee King with us today. And Brad's already kicking it off. Boldness are us. You know, we might have to change the name of the show, bro. But no, there's been a lot of speculation of what the Yankees are going to do. All right, let's try to at least get some serious talking points in here real quick. And I want to kick it off with NFE because I know
Rails are serious.
Huh? No rails. No rails.
I was saying rails are serious.
Yep. So, Li, what are your real expectations for the winter meetings?
Yankees do not get Soto. We get Soto the week after.
Fair enough. I mean, what like?
But which 7 people do we give up?
They're looking for?
Probably Clark Schmidt, Drew Thorpe, Spencer Jones, and another pitching prospect. Probably like Randy Vasquez.
I think Johnny Brito is the name that none of us have really dialed in on. That is going to be a guy that they're going to want to acquire.
If I can add something, I would not trade Johnny Brito in this trade. There's like something I like about Brito. I'm like, can we switch out Vasquez with Brito? I'm like, yeah, I want to keep Brito.
What do you think?
Okay.
What do you think of Heel though, Li?
All right, we lost Li for a second. There he is.
Li just went off screen. He's back. Yeah, he's back in the.
Okay, there we go. Sorry, man.
Li, what do you think of Heel?
Oh.
Yeah.
I like him
what do you think of Luis Heel though?
I like him as a reliever. I want him and Johnny Brito and another young lefty is who we build this bullpen around. Because I want 3 young bullpen arms and then three veterans that you can have at the back end. And then one guy you can just send down because can't have you in the playoffs.
Yep. Real quick, just want to give a quick shout out. We got a new person in the chat
who do you
for
foresee
the first
being
time. Hold on 1 second, Sunil. Let's give a quick shout out and a hello and a welcome to Doc Ghost 84.
Yeah.
Salute to you. Thanks for joining the chat. Hope you enjoy it. If you haven't already, hit that sub button, hit that like. Anybody, if you haven't hit that like button, go and do that. Nice, Sunil. You're counted to Li's point.
Yeah. So I'm saying basically, who do you foresee being the lefty in the bullpen?
I think they'll bring up Peralta back in.
Is it going to be Wandy again or somebody else? Yeah.
There was one guy that got non-tendered by the Phillies, Josh Fleming. I seen his highlights and I was like, mine. I want, yes. This is a yes. I was like, Phillies were dumb to non-tender this person. I want.
You know, we've struck gold with guys that teams undervalued before. You know, as much as he wasn't a closer, when Clay Holmes first came here, he hit it for us. We did not strike out on that trade at all.
Nope.
You know, he was misused, but he has the stuff. I think if they bring him back into that 7th or 8th inning role, I think he can regain his dominance. I think his value is still there.
Clay Holmes, I see it in 8th inning. Clay Holmes, I see for the 8th inning, not for the 7th.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and Brad also thinks Wandy's coming back. I'm saying Wandy because I think at the end of the season last year, the innings got to him. The consistency of having to use him. I think he was another guy. And this is the other problem. We have the bullpen arms. They're never used properly. That's what they've gotten away from. I think that's something that they need to regain that. And let the pitching team, let the coaching staff work with these guys.
Yeah.
I think Harkey is a good communicator with his bullpen. I don't think this is a Harkey issue. I think it's just the starters can only and people start to burn out, and they overcompensate. That's what we saw a lot last year. With the exception of Cole, everybody burned out. By the All-Star break, they're done. You guys agree with that?
Yeah, because our starters gave us no innings outside of Cole.
Yep.
Rodon was hurt. Clark was just a 4-inning guy at the start of the season. Sevy was hurt. Rodon was hurt, so most of your rotation was hurt the rest of the season. And then your innings are just like, then your bullpen arms are just like, oh my God, I'm tired, I'm burnt.
I think basically it's going to come down. I think it's going to come down to basically getting a lefty for the rotation that supplants Nestor, and Nestor comes back to the pen. Or if he doesn't come back to the pen, he might be included in one of the trade packages, depending on who we get.
I would shop Nestor and see what you can get.
Yeah.
I'm not opposed to shopping Nestor. I know he's a fan favorite, but you know what? It's time to put your personal, your personal feelings towards a player. We got to start winning. Enough of the favoritism. Yeah. Enough of pandering to everybody. If you're not doing, that's why I go back. One of my favorite quotes over the last 10 years was actually from Terry Collins. You hit or you sit. If you're not contributing to the team, you're done. Enough of this. I know, Lynn, I know you want to see him in the pen, but if we can get something back for him and it's something of value, maybe you move Nestor to replenish some of the prospects that you're going to have to move for Soto. Try something like that. It doesn't have to be a major league ready player.
Yeah, that's exactly what I would do.
Wait, we're not supposed to agree, Eli. You're not here for that. You're here to piss everybody off.
But you haven't given me everything I've agreed to. This is not.
Went away. See, Tat. Anytime Eli agrees with us, that's when the rails completely go off.
Yeah, that's actually.
It's not just your whiskey.
But,
yeah, it's not just your whiskey or your Pinstripe 12-ounce ale lifts.
I ain't even drinking whiskey. I'm drinking soda. I'm drinking Pepsi.
Not you, man.
What's going on, Carlos?
About Grandpa over here.
NFE, what do you think about that? Moving Cortez for, at all, if you want to do that at all, what you would look for in a return?
I mean, as you guys were talking about Nestor Cortez, the other thing that crossed my mind about him was, would any of you guys include him in a trade to San Diego for Soto? Li saying yes.
Without hesitation.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can see that.
Okay. I would see that too. The rails are off again. I would say yes too.
Can I also say? I would say. Go ahead, Enough.
No, I was just going to say that's what was going through my mind, because I know the Padres need pitching and they're asking for all these pitchers from the Yankees. They're basically asking for 7 players, which I think is criminal. But I'd say if you add Nestor Cortez to that trade, with 4 other players, I think they could get a deal done. They might have to part ways with
to what
Michael King or Clark Schmidt, but we'll see. We don't know. There's a lot of names being floated around. So
now, I think if you're adding Nestor into a trade for Soto,
to what D-Rod just said about
pitching,
Hold on. Let test.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Looks like NFP is probably having internet lag issues, possibly.
I'm having internet lag issues. I don't.
Oh,
No, we were just.
I thought you already thought.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Just making sure.
So
Yeah,
if,
just to check that.
Yeah, if I'm adding Nestor to that deal for Soto, that means that you cannot ask for King, and you cannot ask for Thorpe.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's there's got to be.
King,
Believe me, I want Soto at all costs, but I'm not going to give him away. I'm not going to give away my whole system that we've actually built up very carefully.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing is they want these 7 guys, right? I said this morning with Donald.
Yeah.
Here's what I would do. I'm like, all right, these are the 7 pitches that you want. You write down 5 of them, any 5. Deal's done. You cannot have 7. 5 players is my cap. We don't know what's going to happen with Rodon. We don't know what his season's going to be. Is he going to bounce back? So if I'm giving you another guy for my rotation, that now weakens what you could ask for in prospects. What do you think?
I would actually include 7 players for Soto.
Oh, you're stoned.
But
What's
that would be
7
depending
players?
on who the 7
I
players
wouldn't do
are.
7.
So
I wouldn't do 7 pitches, though.
Let's go down. No. Let's go down the road. All right, Li. If you're saying 7 players, what 7 do you have off the top of your head that you say does not hurt the Yankees going into next season?
Clark Schmidt, Ian Hamilton. I'll throw in Ron Marinaccio because I just think he's blocked. So here, donate another reliever.
Fair.
They can flip for another prospect.
Mm-hmm.
Either Thorpe or Hampton. You have to pick one of them. Jones, just because we get Soto, he's blocked. And 2 lower level guys like Randy Vasquez and another infield prospect.
I think you're right. That's too rich. Now, if you're saying that we're also getting now, is this also with Grisham?
Yes. It'd be basically Marinaccio for Grisham. That's my thing. It is basically just like, here's Marinaccio. We'll give you something for Grisham. And then Grisham just going to bat.
But Grisham's another righty hitter, right?
No, he's left.
All right, so pretty much the way you're doing the math, I'm going to get your guys' takes in a second. We're going to go around the table and let me know in the chat. So you're saying the 5 players for Soto and 2 of them for Grisham.
Pretty much. It's still with the 5.
That does.
And 2
it's still, trades like this are going to hurt. I think if that's the math that it's coming down to, I think that actually hurts less.
Yeah, because
that doesn't hurt as bad then.
And I would just add Matt Carpenter just because here. And then just flip him.
We have too many. No, we don't have an open DH spot for him.
No, just flip him to the Tigers. Just so he can get. It's like here. Just have Matt Carpenter. Just have veteran on your team.
All right. So, Chris, what's your take on that? The 5 and 2 with the 7 players. Does that math make sense for you?
I'm not giving up Buku players for we already helping them out by taking these contracts. So I mean, I probably give them Vasquez, Brito, Thorpe or King, one or the other, and Clark Schmidt. I would rather give up Thorpe and keep King, but right now it's just so much BS going around. Oh, we're not gonna trade Thorpe or King. Oh, we're gonna trade Thorpe, but we keeping King. I don't think anybody knows what the hell's going on.
I mean, for all we know, Cashman probably said to them, "You're either getting King or Thorpe, not both."
I think they would go for Thorpe.
What was
I don't
that?
see them getting both.
Yeah.
I think they would go for Thorpe because King, remember, he only has 2 years of control.
Right.
Thorpe would have 6, and Padres don't have money. And remember, they're still paying Eric Hosmer $15 million a year for 24 and 25. God, that contract sucked.
That was terrible.
And
but no, that does
can I
factor
say this
in.
too?
Yeah.
Can I say this too? If I hear one more team get thrown out, oh, they could do this and they could do that, they're not doing shit. Baltimore ain't trading any pitchers for 1 year rental of Soto. Seattle ain't doing it neither. So stop bringing Seattle up. So it's only us. They just
It's basically
throwing out
falling in our
names.
laps. We could do whatever we wanted.
That's what I'm saying. Me and him actually agree on that.
No, it's look. There's always going to be. They're going to try to drive. I think.
Isn't Seattle also one?
No, I think Seattle's playing their cards for Lee. I don't think
Seattle wants
No, I think
no. What I'm saying is,
I think Seattle's
no. What
out
I'm
on
saying
the Ohtani sweepstakes. So
yeah. Like no,
I think Seattle. I think
they're clearing the spot
is a
for
little strapped
young on Lee
too financially.
Yeah, I think they're getting Randy. That's just my belief. I think they're getting Randy from Tampa.
I don't think they're strapped financially.
Who is Seattle?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No,
they're only cutting payroll because they had the most strikeouts by a mile.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't even just a mile; it was a country mile. So they're like, okay, we need to rebuild this offense.
Yeah, they're just doing they're trying to do a quick regroup. That's all they're doing. NFV, what's your take?
So at the most, I would trade 5 players to the Padres, not 7. I think 7 it's too much.
Overkill.
You know?
Yeah.
I think it's overkill. Yeah. And again, I know the Yankees are getting Juan Soto back. I know he's a generational player. I get all that, but you're getting him on a 1-year rental too. So, and the Yankees are not about to go into 2024 with a skeleton pitching roster. It can't happen, you know? So for me, you know, who would I trade, you know, as far as pitchers go? I mean, and I played this scenario in my head a million times. So, you know, I probably would say, you know, Michael King. Let's see, Michael King. Probably give him Marinaccio, and then Brito or Vasquez, one of the two.
Hamilton.
Either like an Ian Hamilton, or you know, maybe.
No, Len, not bye Beater. Do not say bye to Beater.
Yeah, or maybe
I haven't heard Beater's name.
Yeah, I never heard Beater's name either. Or maybe a Chase Hampton, and then I'll probably give him Pereira, Everson Pereira.
I think they'll want Spencer Jones more. The reason is
Spencer
is more marketable. He's a Cali guy.
Yeah.
What do us fans like more than anything? It's like we like hearing, oh, he's from New Jersey. Oh, he's from New York. So the fans will eat up Spencer Jones. And plus, when we trade for Soto, where does Jones play? You got Judge and right.
Well, that's
Dominguez in center. Soto in left.
Not trade that number 1 prospect. I'm sorry.
And Stanton's clogging the DH spot. So, where does he play?
Doesn't Spencer Jones have the capability to play first base?
Move to first. Yep.
You're going to put a potential platinum glove winning center fielder at first?
It's just a question.
He can play first.
Oh, he plays
first.
No,
he plays first.
You're going to waste that defensive. If I'm moving anybody from the outfield to first base, it's probably going to be Soto, because that man is terrible in left field.
Well, what I'll say about
defensively,
that,
defensively wise,
there are question marks on the defensive end. I don't think anybody could. We all know that. We all watch him play. Would you move him? Would you have him start the season at center?
Who?
And put Soto?
Oh no! Hell no! Soto ain't going to center.
I'm just asking a question. Right. No, because the Yankee left field is.
And where do you put Judge?
Tremendous.
Oh yeah,
Judge is in right. Or you put Soto in right, Judge in center, and you're gonna have.
I'm gonna say this, Tex. I'm gonna say this. People keep saying Soto is a bad left fielder. Look at his fielding percentage. It's not below 90%.
Like, bro, you look at fielding percentage is not really a good
in left field.
That
it's still though. I rather that. Trust me, we had Andujar. Who else we had in left field? Jake Bowers.
Andujar was a better defensive left than Soto.
IKF.
Billy McKinney.
IKF was there.
Billy McKinney.
All right then. So
McKinney was a better outfielder than Soto, defensively wise.
I don't know about that.
Bowers, no, the first baseman. That dude's a pure first baseman. And how the hell did he trade Jake Bowers? Was Milwaukee drunk? Like, I'm still.
Milwaukee's always drunk.
Why did they trade Bowers?
Yeah.
I'm
asking why did Milwaukee trade for Bowers?
Oh, I thought you meant it the other way around. I was about to say, what the? Whoa.
No. Well, I kind of meant it that way. But
first of all, Milwaukee's home of a brewery. They're always drunk.
How could you? Well, true. How could you give them Jake Bowers? No, I was like, how did they trade Jake Bowers and get prospects back?
They probably thought they were getting Jack Bowers. I don't know.
I'm like,
I think Milwaukee wanted the depth. I don't think it was like, we have to get this player. They saw an opportunity to get some depth and they took it.
True.
We weren't going to use them. We were just going to waste them. So if we're able to get a prospect back or two that for him, then go with it. I don't think it was a bad move on either end. They had. I think we pissed it. You probably had internet. There he is.
I think we lost him again. Yeah.
No, he's back. You can't get rid of him that easily.
Yeah, now he's back.
No, it's look.
Eli, stop it with the Josh Hader to the Yankees, please. Stop it.
This will be my name for the whole stream because it's only money. And okay, I have to rant on this. For the Yankee fans that have a stick so far shoved up their anal cavity, shut up with the Josh Hader stuff. The man did that only because the Padres were so far out of the playoffs. They would have had me getting a girlfriend before anything happened to the goddamn Padres making the postseason. He did not do that because it's business. He was thinking about his family before his team. Because if you're at work and you know you're gone, by the time you know you're gone, you ain't going to put that work in. You're just going to be like, I'll clock in, clock out, whatever. I'll go to my next job.
But how does he know he's gone? How does he know he's gone?
Sunil, do the Padres have money to keep Josh Hader, the best closer, one of the two best closers in baseball today? Do they have money to keep?
Money might be the first factual thing. Money might be the first factual thing you said, but about the Padres being so far out and you being in a contract year, I beg to disagree with you there, because no matter what the conditions are regarding playoff stature and you're being in a contract year, you always go out and perform for your employer. This basically goes on your resume as a tarnish for the future employer to basically come and look at you as a multi-year closer. Mariano never said no to a multi-inning save, regardless of what the situation was, playoffs or not.
Sunil, what if Josh Hader went into the game and then hurt his elbow, and then he hurt his elbow has to get Tommy John surgery. Now he's out for a year and a half because he did something he hasn't done
He
in
can
about
do that
6
coming
years.
into the game in the ninth inning. He can do that coming into the
Did we
game in the
not see
ninth
Evan
inning.
Diaz?
What makes you think it's always going to happen in the? Yeah, I mean, he
Well,
was basically
let's also put
celebrating in
this
the
into
WBC. He
equation.
wasn't even while was pitching.
If he comes to the Yankees, he's going to get hurt anyway.
True.
That's just what the
Yeah,
Yankees
because
do. They get everybody injured.
This coach,
So
this
why are we?
coaching staff doesn't
you
always
don't
edit
think?
from its ass.
But he wouldn't be the first, injured player that they went after.
We could
That-
throw LA
He
Yankee
would still
King
get
out
his.
there and he'll get injured.
I'll sprain
Now,
my
play
ankle.
fair, Sunil.
Time.
Play fair. But no, we had Hader, Bader, Bader in a boot. Hader. It's why not? If he hurt
First of
himself,
all-
I think
first
that would
of all,
even
Hader
increase his opportunities.
Before we even talk about injuries, Hader would have to get rid of that ridiculously Kid Rock style haircut that he's got.
Don't
Okay.
hate on
He
Hader's
would
hair.
have
That
to-
man has beautiful hair.
Dude, that guy he belongs more on the Head and Shoulders commercial than he does in Bronx and Yankee Stadium. Come on.
That
He
man
belongs
can keep
with
that hair.
Troy Polamalu. He belongs with Troy Polamalu and company on the Head and Shoulders commercial before he belongs
Polamalu's
to
on his
Yankee
own
Stadium.
level.
Troy Polamalu
No,
had
but he has
immaculate
the
hair.
long hair.
NFP, we go from talking baseball to shampoos.
Yeah, I was thinking more like
This
Pepsi
is
Pro
after
V
dark.
personally.
Fidel says
Yeah, I
so.
know.
When I
I know. We're talking shampoos now.
With two bald people.
Yeah, and Lynn's got the right hater, Fabio hater.
And that's the crazy thing. It's two bald people talking about shampoos.
And here's the thing. Here's the thing I find funny. Why is almost 12 teams after Josh Hader right now? Because he didn't want to pitch he didn't want to do a 4-out save. Yankee fans, shut the hell up. You sound more annoying than when you brag about 27 rings. Shut your mouth, you Nimrod.
No, the 20. I'll give you that. The 27 ring argument is on hold until we win again.
Yes.
I'm not paying them $20 million.
Please. Baseball gods.
But
please.
Real quick. Retired War Belt. Welcome back. Hope you continue to get better. We missed you around here. We're all still here. We never forgot you. So welcome back. Welcome home.
I was wondering where that dude was.
Yeah.
I'm not paying $12 million. I'm not paying $20 million for another closer. I'm good.
Yeah, I think let's get into that situation. Not specifically the player, but are the bullpen arms being overpaid? Unless you're a legitimate closer, and I'll put Hader in that category. When I think of lights out closers, the two that do come to mind are Hader and Class A. I think those two are going. And
I would get
actually,
Class A
I'll throw
first.
in. No, I'm not going in order. I'm just saying. No, I'm the Baltimore. Was it Batista?
Batista?
I think he's another guy that's lights out. They're worth the money, but other than them, you just it's. I don't think they're worth. I don't think they're worth big contracts.
So Edwin Diaz is coming back from an injury this year. He may be there for the beginning of the year for the Mets or at some later point. Question I have for everybody is, what if Cincinnati, and maybe at the beginning, okay, fine. But the point is, Aledmus Diaz, his brother in Cincinnati, what if Cincy puts him on the market for a trade? How intriguing would that be to have both of the Diaz brothers in New York on opposite sides?
I'd rather pay Hader $20 million than give up prospects for Alexis Diaz.
I might even go after Class A. I might, Aledmus Diaz. Alexis Diaz.
Devin Williams. Okay. I like Devin Williams.
I think what we're missing is you can't make all these trades. Don't forget, we still have to keep some, we need some gas in the tank for the trade deadline. You can't just unload everything now.
Yep.
Well,
that's why the one big trade I make is Soto. The one big free agent is Yamamoto. After that, then exactly. Then from there, you just plug in, you plug in pieces to get you to the trade deadline and see where your team is at. Because this team has a lot of work to do, but we also we would still retain a lot of our higher end prospects that we can utilize on the major league level. See where they're at. It might increase their value. It might decrease their value. That's just the gamble of it. I'm not making 50 million trades with people. I can't see that being a smart route.
Cleveland has been on record to want to talk about trades for J-Ram, for Bieber, and for Clase, as far as I've read recently. If I'm Cashman, I would want to basically pick up two of those guys. I would probably go for Bieber and Clase and make a trade. Clase to fill the closer. Bieber could be your number 3 or number 2 if Rodon is not up to snuff. So but Cole, do we Bieber, have the prospect? Rodon.
I don't think we even had I don't think we'll have the prospect capital to beat out like an Arizona for Bieber.
What would they be looking for? What would they be looking for, position wise and otherwise?
Probably an outfielder, because their only outfielder right now is Stephen Kwan, and depending on what they do with George Valera,
give him either for Jones.
See, I like this comment here from Jonathan. Right, that trade with Cleveland could cost as much as Soto alone.
Facts. You do not want to mess up.
That's going to be an expensive trade. Look, if we miss out on Soto, then that might be that pivot move. I'm not against that either.
Yeah,
I agree with Pete. Yeah. I think we should call Milwaukee and see what they want for Devin Williams. I mean, I know they need a second baseman. Why not try to trade Glaber?
They would want way more than Glaber. No, and I am not trading Oswald Peraza for Devin Williams. I am not trading my third baseman for a closer.
You don't need to trade Peraza. Just trade Glaber and give him maybe a prospect or two. Trust me, it'll get the job done.
This is interesting. Chris Northrup, our lovely co-host on the morning on the upper deck on Sunday mornings, and actually her and Lynn are both in the chat. So how about that? Class A has the most saves and the most blown saves.
Well,
that's kind of crazy.
Well, I called Lynn to task on being here today.
Yeah, someone.
Oh no, yes, you did.
Yeah, when Class A knows where the ball's going, he's dominant. When he doesn't, my aunt and my father have heart attacks. Because that man can be dominant and one moment wild as shit.
Hey, no, we haven't brought up Bellinger yet.
That's
hold up, y'all. We gotta give up.
But before you bring his take. Yeah, go ahead.
What would you do?
We talked about a lot of different scenarios. Which one are we talking about?
Yeah,
fill in the closer, bro. Like. Would you trade
closer
Glaber for a closer?
I would trade Glaber for a closer, absolutely.
Clase or hater?
No.
I'm
going.
Isn't Hater a free agent?
Is Hater a free agent?
Yeah, Hater's a free agent.
Okay,
yeah. I was like, I thought he was a free agent. So. I don't think we need a trade for him. I mean, I'd rather get Clase personally, but I was also thinking, and this is something that I had talked with Jason about from 161, which shout out to Jason. Maybe trading for for David Bednar from Pittsburgh. I mean, it's going to take more than Glaber, probably. Glaber's not going to be enough.
There is a problem with that, though. The Pirates want to contend. And the NL Central is weak as hell.
It's very weak.
Extremely weak, yeah.
So who knows? Maybe the Pirates just say, screw it, win the Central. Who knows? Maybe we're the Arizona Diamondbacks of 2024.
I mean, if I'm missing out on the Soto, like say we legitimately get outbid for Soto, right? And it's on a legitimate offer from Cashman. I think we pivot to what Sunil said and try to get Bieber and Class A from Cleveland.
No, nope. If we lose out on Soto, change Bieber to Ram. I rather a third baseman.
Oh, we don't even need a third baseman. I know J. Ram is a beast.
He way better than Peraza. I'm sorry.
All right, so let's go this scenario.
We do
get J. Ram. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so along the lines of what we're just discussing about J-Ram and what Chris was just saying about J-Ram being better than Peraza. First, if we're trading Torres, like many are basically contemplating here, I think your middle infield now basically gets consisted of Volpe and Peraza up the middle. That opens up third base effectively for J-Ram. So just as long you can trade with Cleveland, just as long as you don't take what's his name?
Yeah,
Naylor.
I mean, what about James?
Just as long as they're trying. Who? Come again?
James Karinchak from Cleveland.
LA, come again? Karinchak?
No, it can't.
I love Karinchak.
He's a legit player, but he doesn't move the needle for me.
No, he wouldn't move the needle in the bullpen.
Yeah,
but he'd be kind of like that seventh
J-Ram.
inning.
J-Ram moves the needle. He's a slick hitter.
Imagine the marketing we could do with what's that movie? Crap! Why am I forgetting baseball movies? Wild Thing.
Major League. Wild Thing.
Major League. There it is.
Major League.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like how I said Wild Thing, and then imagine the marketing we could do. Imagine the shirts that can come out. Of course, a professional wrestler thinking about T-shirts. Shocker.
Yeah, Jonathan doesn't think that the Yankees and Cleveland would ever make a trade anyway. I don't.
I agree with him.
No, I disagree.
Yeah,
they've been postseason competitors for that's tough. I gotta sit on that one.
The only team I think we don't make
I'm only entertaining it because of Class A.
Is the Astros.
Class A is the highlight of that, not Bieber. No, I'm saying if Soto decides not to come,
that's what I'm saying.
No. This is my plan B.
I want
would be to call Cleveland.
Oh, what? Wait. What if we miss out on Soto? Soto's gone. He's in Seattle. He's in Seattle with Julio and J.P. Crawford. And what if the Astros put up Kyle Tucker on the trade block?
I don't know.
And he's only an outfielder.
Yeah.
He doesn't have versatility around the infield or anything.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm picking up that phone. I'm calling like, what's up?
Nah, I'd rather stick from within if we have to get to that point in the depth.
What, you guys want one Kyle Tucker?
We don't want anybody remotely related to the Houston Astros.
Oh no, that has nothing to do with it for me.
Yeah, not Kyle Tucker.
He had a phenomenal year last year.
I'm only speaking from I'm
The
only speaking on
percentages
my
that
own
he'll
thing. I'm not
repeat
saying
any
for
of
anything else, for anybody else.
the probability that he'll repeat that, I don't know.
I mean, I think Kyle
That's
Tucker.
tough.
See, here's
Yeah,
my
I
take on
think I'm
Tucker.
more with-
We traded for we traded for Benintendi, who was supposed to be a solid 300 hitter in KC when and he was supposed to be all contact more so than power. Not really the same as what Tucker is, but we still managed to screw him up. What's to say we don't screw Tucker up?
Well, the difference is, Sunil, when we had Andrew Benintendi, we had Mr. Launch Angle. God, why am I forgetting his name?
Dylan Lawson.
Dylan Lawson.
I think Li got into my
Yes.
whiskey.
We turned Andrew Benintendi from a level swing to uppercut. So anything high in the strike zone, Benintendi couldn't get to. Well, the Blue Jays just leaked. Well, someone just leaked the Blue Jays met with Ohtani, so scratch the Blue Jays off Ohtani's list. I seen that little ticker come up on my phone.
Yeah.
What did it say on your phone, Li?
From Bleacher Report that Ohtani meets with
Blue Jays and Ohtani have been meeting already.
No. But what he's saying is
this is not.
Ohtani made it clear he did not want any reports coming out of any team that he met with. Otherwise, they're off the mark. They're out of the question.
I mean, if we're taking Ohtani at his word,
then again, who's reporting it? Is it a legitimate Blue Jay source or just somebody that's trying to start shit?
Rosenthal.
Dude, Blue Jays.
Somebody trying to start shit.
I mean,
okay, Ken Rosenthal.
He's pretty legit.
Ken Rosenthal is yeah, he is. Yeah. If it was anybody from Rogers Sports Network, I could give you the argument that those guys are a bunch of fucking whiny bastards, because they were basically, when Aaron Judge did this. You remember the whole thing about looking to the right and looking for signals and what the remember what the Rogers Sports Network folks said about it? And he's basically trying to cheat, so basically give the next one up and in and whatever, all that bullshit that they were trying to. If this was something being reported out of the Rogers Sports Network arena, I would have basically, taken a pickleball and basically, just wind it up and, twist it and hope it basically curves up into their head, into their fucking noggins, and give them a freaking, concussion of sorts. And I would have put some fucking velocity behind that.
Toronto. If the Blue Jays don't get Ohtani. But here's
I think with Ohtani, and this whole thing with if it gets leaked of who he met with, I think that might be more toward if a team's GM or an owner or a manager came out and says, "Yeah, we were talking." I think that's what'll come back and bite them.
Oh, true.
You can't stop reporters from, putting out. Everybody wants to know what the hell's going on. You can't shut everybody out.
There's probably a paparazzi following Ohtani around. I mean,
yeah,
he's fucking Shohei Ohtani.
I mean, it's Nashville, so what does Ohtani expect? Ain't nothing going on in Nashville.
So, guys,
Ohtani-san has left the building.
As of 20 minutes ago, The Athletic posted an article, and the headline says, Shohei Ohtani, Blue Jays believed to have met Monday at team's Florida complex.
That doesn't look good for Toronto if they're really serious about getting him.
Yeah,
that's where it's not like, Rosenthal putting out there, Ohtani believed to have met with the Blue Jays. That's different.
No, he said
now, yeah. Then Toronto's screwed.
Yeah, they're
so
screwed.
How would y'all feel
But does that make them
back to the
pivot to
Angels?
who? If he goes back to the Angels?
Yeah.
That would be the stupidest thing Otani did.
I don't see any version of that.
No.
Paying him
I don't
$700
see
million.
any version of that happening.
No.
He
I
might
don't
go
see
back
Somebody
to
paying
Tampa
him
Bay
that
for the
kind of
opposite
money.
side of town.
They're not giving him $600 million.
Report that.
I mean, they already had reports of Trout wanting to get traded. So
He's
if
coming to
Trout's
Philly.
gone, who's
Count
there?
it. If
Trout's
Trout's
probably
getting
going to Philly.
traded, yeah,
Wait,
because
do we
that's his
actually think-
hometown, and he'll. What? Coming
Do you
in
actually think that Trout would get traded?
to Philly?
If it's the Philly, yes.
Harper, Trout, Schwarber. Look at
Ooh,
that 3-4-5.
Jesus.
Tell me that is
That would be a deadly trio
tell me
right
that
there.
is that's
That's
fucking
disgusting.
lethal.
That is a deadly
If Trout
trio.
stays healthy, him and Harper in the Phillies lineup, that would make Phillies fans feel something.
That would make me shit
You know
my
what?
pants red, brown, and orange.
No, don't forget the Yankees.
Man, you don't
have
even
the
need Taco Bell for that one, Sunil.
I would be breathing out all day.
Wait, so you think that's a better trio than Judge, Soto, and Stanton?
It would
Yes.
be on the same level.
Yes, because
But provided Stanton would be healthy, though. That's the big
Exactly.
gambling block right there.
Yeah.
that's why I say
Stanton
that's why I
being
say
healthy, if
Trout,
Stanton
Ohtani,
plays
Harper.
150, I'm going to say this: if Stanton plays 130 plus games this year, you can basically change.
Oh, I'd sign up for that right now.
Yeah,
And I would say say he plays 130 games, right? Everybody signs that right now.
Yeah.
Out of those 130,
mm-hmm.
if he's able to get 60 of them to get an outfielder off their feet and play the outfield for a day, I'd sign up for that too.
I wouldn't.
There's no
I
shot.
don't know about 60 games in the. I don't see 60
Why not?
games for Stanton in the outfield.
There's
I
no
don't.
shot in the outfield.
You have to either DH Judge or put Judge in center. In those cases,
I'm saying that's
And then
60
if you're
games when
putting-
you're rotating 3 fucking outfielders. You can't squeeze in 60
Yeah.
games rotating guys around.
I'm sorry, he's gonna get hurt regardless.
No,
Chris
don't be negative
Northrup
on
over
Stanton,
here is
man.
going full Aaron Rodgers
I mean-
on. Chris,
That's
and look
true.
at what Chris is saying. She's basically going full. She's basically going full Aaron Rodgers on that take. Aaron Rodgers was gone in 60 seconds.
130 games, 130 minutes would be deal. Damn.
She's right. She's right.
Uh,
Look, he didn't,
Chris,
he
can
doesn't
you
get
please
hurt in the outfield no more.
Chris, Chris must be spiritually with us today, and I'm going to request her to put the name of the spirit she is currently imbibing on right now in the chat.
I
Chris,
agree.
I'm supposed
Look,
to be the heel of the Yankees, not you.
he gets hurt running the bases.
Oh no, Chris, you know how well enough. Chris can bring it.
Taking my damn gimmick away. Rude.
Chris,
No,
what's the
I
alcohol of
actually-
choice
I brought-
tonight?
What happened?
I'm asking
for-
Chris, what's the
okay.
alcohol of choice tonight? Yeah, because of sour Kush flower. Damn, what the hell is this?
Man, everybody's drinking tonight.
What's the AB?
Amen to
What's
that.
the ABV on this one? 1?
My
Sour
born name.
Kush flower. That sounds like
Yeah,
sounds like marijuana.
Something else. Yeah.
that's
Hey, just saying.
So and,
Here,
I'm gonna come.
That's
Come
my
that's
drag
a
name.
fresh take from Colorado. That's a fresh take from Colorado.
Come on, turtle.
Turtle versus 10. I got my money on a turtle.
And I'll give you the name of that turtle. We had one guy who could qualify as that turtle too. Anybody remember a name, Kendrys Morales?
Oh, I thought you were going to say
Kendrys
Gary
Morales.
Sanchez.
Oh my
Anybody remember?
God, I hated having Morales on this team.
Oh fuck, Kendrys. If there was a race between Gary Sanchez and Kendrys Morales to first base, Gary Sanchez would win by 2 country miles.
True. Okay,
Kendrys Morales is that slow.
Hold up, I gotta say something in the chat. D-Rod, I do not want as much as Stanton can't run and his legs are shot. His legs have as much movability as Ric Flair's 70s wrestling. I would not want Javier Baez for 4 years, $98 million.
No.
Absolutely not. Absolutely.
That would
I'd rather stay and play 130 games.
Proposing?
No,
I'd rather
what was
smoke
the
that
question?
kush.
I lost it. It was Baez and Stanton have the same contract, 4 years, $98 million. Who you want? Stanton.
All day.
Because I don't need
want
Baez looking like me in a batter's box, looking like me in the dating game, just striking out left and right.
Yeah.
Unless Detroit is throwing in like Casey Mize and Jackson Jobe in that trade, no.
You talk about it. You talk about a guy that fell off the cliff. I don't want nothing to do with Baez. No.
God, what happened to Baez though?
But Baez and Lindor were supposed to be like buddy, and when they were in Flushing together.
No, they are still buddies, but Jesus Christ, when he's the star of a team, holy shit, he cannot handle that pressure. Because he's supposed to be the guy in Detroit.
Well, especially now that Miggy's gone.
Well, he was the guy with
Miggy retired.
Yeah.
Because Miggy was about 40 and 39 when he was there. So I don't think
No,
Miggy
Brad, I'm saying I would rather Stanton play 130 games than have Baez on the team. That's what I'm saying. And I'm still on my first one, so thank you very much.
Okay, I was just gonna say cover your eyes on this one because Brad is coming in hard. He's sending the what do you call it?
He's been calm today.
What do you call that? The underwater shit. He's sending in the torpedoes from freaking Sydney, man.
Brad, be nice.
Brad. He's done better than that.
Yeah, Brad's not making any noise tonight.
Yeah, Brad.
Yeah.
No one saw what I did.
Brad's not making any noise tonight because there's no Philadelphia Eagle fans in here for him to pick on.
No one saw what I just did.
He still has you there, Sunil. So.
Well, he's not an Eagles fan.
Well, don't worry. I'll make him shove 42-10 so far up his. I can make him shove 42-10 so far up his ass it'll come out of his kangaroo mouth.
Hey, wait. Can we not have the Giants catch a stray? We already screwed up our tank. Can we not? The Cowboys have already killed.
You got an Italian quarterback then.
Yeah.
You got a DeVito at quarterback. Go make a pizza. Go make a pizza.
When the football comes
it's going
in,
off the rails.
Back
clearly.
A little bit. I'm just gonna enjoy my drink.
Here we go.
About football.
But here's one question: if we acquire
NFC East,
would you throw Jay Cronenworth to Toronto and throw Alek Manoah to San Diego in like a 3-team deal?
Dude, nobody would want Manoah.
Who the fuck would
anybody
want
who looks like Manoah is like.
Have you seen the Padres rotation? It's Joe Musgrove, Darvish.
wants
3 question marks.
I would rather
So,
take Fat Bastard from freaking Austin Powers.
But why would they add a fourth? They could just get they could get a whole new rotation from us. Why would they make a deal with the Blue Jays?
Well,
Why would they
Manoah
let the Blue Jays in on that?
back. They'll see Manoah as a bounce back. It's like, hey, maybe he can bounce back with us, change the scenery.
Yeah, he can bounce back to McDonald's. He's no.
I mean, change the scenery has been a thing before in baseball.
No, I think the best thing for Manoah is if Toronto holds on to him and rebuilds him from within their organization.
Oh,
I think that's what Toronto's going to do.
Keeping Manoah in Toronto. After what happened last year, there's nothing keeping Manoah in Toronto.
I even refuse to put Manoah on my weight loss regime because he definitely won't go down. I'm telling you that right now. I went down from 237 to where I'm right now. L.I. take a guess where I'm at right now. I'm down from 237. That's all. That's the only context you'll get. Take a real fucking good guess. NFE and Chris and I went down from 237, but I'm saying take a guess where I am right now. At 237, just to give you context, was all the way back in August.
250.
Bingo.
Wait, did you guess that?
What the fuck? What? I said bingo. First shot. Yeah, you said 210, and I said bingo.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Yeah, 27 in fucking a little over 3 months. I don't think Manoah will go down 27 out. I don't think Manoah will go down 27 ounces, let alone 27 pounds in that much time. Manoah is basically you give Manoah Donald's voice and you got Austin Powers Fat Bastard right in front of you.
All right, let's get off of Manoah. I'd rather
he's that much.
I'd rather not talk about. I don't want to talk about Manoah
a
anymore. I'd rather talk about shampoo. Really, I think that's good.
Oh man.
What?
Okay, one more thing, Chad. Hold up. One more. Imagine Stanton running the bases. Imagine Stanton running the bases and Manoah just like land on his legs.
You could probably cook a flaming yawn by the time Stanton gets to second base. With Gordon Ramsay telling you it's raw in between.
I'll be right back. I'm looking for the Advil right now.
What? Yeah, what? Here's something that you and I have never discussed face to face, right? I've been a big supporter, or I've always spoken up for Stanton. I think the Yankees are the ones that screwed him up. He was an outfielder when we got him. Now, a guy does not perform well. When Judge went down, he did carry the team for a while. Mm-hmm. Never complained. Never backed out. Never hid from a camera. Never hid from a fan. Why so much angst towards him?
I think it's because Yankee fans think of Stanton as still that Marlins guy who hit 59 home runs, and if he doesn't get to 50, it's a disappointment. He's like Judge. They see him as Aaron Judge, which I don't know why, because Stanton does not have the talent of Aaron Judge. They see him as Judge.
That's true.
So once they see Stanton struggling, it's like, oh, here we go again. Here's this bum. He's making $33 million. He's making $22 million to the luxury tax. He's screwing us out of deals, and they're still mad that Cashman picked him over Harper. So that's basically the amount. animosity, that's where it stems from, is us missing Harper. Because if you see what Harper's doing,
that's actually fair. That's
compared to
we already
in
put
New York.
this stuff.
I also say, I mean, to Eli's point, I think it's the fact that, Giancarlo Stanton is getting paid all this money and he's not performing.
Really.
He's not performing well, right? He's not performing to his worth. He's not. So I think that's another reason why the Yankees fans are so pissed off, is because he's getting paid a boatload of money, but to only be hitting below 200, which it's unacceptable.
So it seems like that's actually an argument that I really can get behind. It's not the player himself; it's the productivity. It's really what you guys are summing it down to.
I like Giancarlo. I like Giancarlo. I really do.
Because here's a guy. He knows he can't play for shit anymore. He's still trying to put the work in. I think he needs more of. I think we joked about that with Jason, in our chat, where he needs no, it's a live stream that you and I did together. He needs DDP yoga.
Oh no, I said that.
That was you.
I think it was a
I knew it was.
That Chris was on.
Yeah,
that's right.
It was DDP yoga.
He needs DDP yoga. He needs DDP yoga.
Now, LI, but LI's the wrestling guy.
BJJ
You agree with
from
that?
NFE, and he needs pickleball from me. He needs a combination of all three.
With that MJF promo a couple years ago, DDP was moving around pretty well for an old dude. He was moving around pretty good in the ring.
I actually enjoy. I like DDP. I like him as a wrestler. I like him afterwards.
And usually old dudes don't move around good in the ring. Look at Ric Flair and look at Sting, even though somehow Sting took a spot on the table. How?
Look, some wrestlers just need to know when to just step away. I'm sorry. If I remember you as a kid, you should not be wrestling anymore.
That's hard to do.
I mean, that's true. Wrestling is addicting.
Oh, it really. Even as a fan, like I'm not as into it as I've gotten older. But when I was a kid, that was everything. But that was my whole Saturday morning was based on getting up, getting my chores done, so I could sit and I could watch wrestling superstars on Saturday at 10 a.m.
That's what I did when I was a kid.
Right?
I'm gonna be judgmental because that's who I am. I want to see everybody's favorite professional wrestler of all time.
Of all time?
Ooh, of all time.
Stone Cold.
Chris, you're number one.
I grew up on Attitude Era.
I mean, same. I was gonna say Stone Cold because, like Chris, I grew up in that Attitude Era. That was like the best time for WWE.
Sunil?
Well, because
I actually don't know because I followed a bunch of them, but then after a while, I just stopped following it entirely because it just seemed to be what it is.
And LI, I'm also a big Sting fan.
You can't really go wrong with Andre the Giant.
Okay.
You can't go wrong with Andre the Giant because you and him basically have a striking resemblance.
Me and Andre?
No.
Yeah, Andre the Giant.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Tattoo's yours.
Yeah, I mean, they made a show on NBC about. They basically made a show on NBC about Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Showing his political career, this that, whatever. There was a whole thing based off like him basically wanted to run for president, but they went back into so many different flashbacks of his youth and whatever. And that was that was like the most recent interaction I had with anything related to wrestling.
Oh well, okay.
Yeah, I mean, the go-to one as a kid, like Hogan was everything, but like my favorite wrestler, the one that I really thought was like hilarious,
Yeah,
it had to be Roddy Piper.
No, Chris, you just got beat.
Jimmy
Chris,
Superfly Snuka. Jimmy Superfly Snuka.
Nobody, not a single wrestler.
Anybody remember that one? That one goes way back.
And make you feel like Roddy Piper did. Nobody, not a single one.
He said it. He set it all up. There's no Rock without Roddy Piper.
There's no. Take the best promos in
Brutus Briefcase. Right there. There you go.
There's no MJF. There's no Stone Cold. There's no Rock. There's no Triple H. There's no John Cena. There's no
anybody.
There's no anybody. I was about to name somebody else.
What about Nikolai Volkov and the Iron Sheik?
They were good.
What about Nikolai
I was a big
Volkov
Sting
and
fan.
the Iron Sheik? Yeah.
Sting's good.
I like the Wolfpack Sting.
Even though it still boggles my mind that at 60 years old, this man took an elbow, but did an elbow from the top rope to a table. That was about 3 feet, or no, like 4 feet away. I'm like,
well, I hope I could still eat a punch at age 60. So
I'm like, Sting, get your old ass down. No. Oh God, Sting's gonna die.
Yeah, everybody dreams. See, Angelo, I think, is getting to the top of the list right here.
Greg the Hammer
and Beefcake. But no, what it reminds me of, and Li, you're definitely going to know the reference. You're going to remember this one. The brawl between Greg the Hammer and Roddy Piper when they were tied together with the chain, and they beat the fuck out of each other. That had to be one of the most brutal matches I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, well, this is what we do. This is After Dark.
It's off the rails, Jonathan.
Look, it must be the Jack talking, because every time I look
at rails are overrated.
I'm thinking he's about to do this with his shirt.
But my favorite wrestler,
all right,
Shawn Michaels.
All right, Len, have a great night. Thanks for hanging out with us. Hope you enjoyed all the laughter. We enjoyed it.
What about Doink the Clown?
We'll talk very, very soon. Doink.
What about Hornswoggle?
Here's one.
Hornswoggle.
Here's my second. Eddie Guerrero.
Guerrero was a phenomenal entertainer.
I got one for you, Li. Chris Benoit.
He's a terrible person.
Terrible person.
He wasn't.
Wrestler.
He was an insane technician on the ring.
Oh my God, that man is Jesus Christ. If you want wrestling porn, Benoit matches.
No. One of my favorites is Chris Benoit and Kurt Angle.
That was good.
Chris, you did not need to put that much porn into everybody's head. That's a wrestling fan.
What about James Ellsworth?
What about Kamala?
Kamala was a character.
What about Rikishi?
Oh, Rikishi I freaking loved Rikishi. I did it
the
for The Rock. Boogeyman was cool when you're a kid.
What about the Goobler Gobbler or whatever it was from that?
Rick Martel. Oh man.
You talk about the biggest hype with no delivery.
Oh,
Oh wait, I got a fun
No.
fact.
With Mean Gene talking to them, sitting around this egg for months.
I got a fun fact about that. You guys, well, you guys are wrestling fans, so that the gobbledygooker was supposed to be Undertaker.
Yes.
Oh,
See,
wow.
him we have not
I'm not
mentioned
even
yet.
joking.
Thank God it wasn't.
I don't know how we have not mentioned Undertaker. Almighty, we talking about favorite wrestlers, and you bring up Alberto Del Rio. My brother in Christ. What?
What about because y'all said Roddy Piper?
dude,
what about
we are
Goldust?
talking about wrestlers, not people who work at freaking Taco Bell.
Y'all remember that feud with him and
Angelo,
Goldust?
we're not
They
talking
were
about
doing the
Shark
O.J.
Tank,
Simpson
right?
thing?
We're not
No,
talking
Alberto
about
Del
Kevin
Rio was a
O'Leary.
wrestler.
Who'd you bring up, Chris?
You remember Goldust and Roddy Piper with the O.J. Simpson skit?
Oh man, that was brutal. No,
Who remembers this
I
name
think
that's on
Undertaker's
screen?
his OG outfit was just that was his best one.
Who
With
remembers
the
this
fucking
name on
gray
screen?
gloves.
This duo.
Fuji.
Fuji and
And
oh, that
Saito.
was
that
with
one? I think it was.
yeah.
I think one of them got into a rap battle with John Cena back in the day.
Could be.
I forgot who it was.
That should have did that mean. Who the fuck is that?
Mm-hmm.
Brad, do you mean
Big Daddy
RVD?
V.
Oh, Big Daddy V. Oh, that dude was big. That dude
You
talking
could
about
move
Viscera?
for a dude that looked like he was 400 pounds.
You talking
No,
about
I
Viscera,
think
right?
when you talk but when you talk about big men that can move around, you got to mention Vader.
Oh yeah, Vader. That dude. I would not want to take a splash from Vader.
Bam Bam too?
That man had
Bam
absolutely.
Bam was another. Yeah.
Ugh. That man
Junkyard
had.
Dog. Okay.
What?
Junkyard
Junkyard
Dog. Okay.
Dog.
Right.
Sorry, you had a 3-letter word. You had 3 letters
JYD,
there, and
Junkyard
with a D
Dog.
at the end, and
That's
a
a
Y
that's
at
a
the B. Well, that's a throwback.
Santino Morella.
yeah.
That was such a. I hated the
That goes back to
Tino
like
Morello
the
was
early
funny.
80s. Junkyard Dog.
What about the Macho Man?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no wonder I didn't know he was Junkyard Dog.
Randy Savage. Oh yeah.
Mr.
Oh
Perfect.
my god.
Yeah, Conman, you
Yeah.
think about
Pete
the
Simonetti
Bushwhackers?
favorite
Oh my god.
calling
Should have
on
been the
All
WWE
Rise.
title.
Demolition was another great tag team.
Mm-hmm.
But here's a wrestling hot take.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
But
Didn't
here's the
Mr.
thing
T
that
and
me
Hulk
and
Hogan
Pete
step into the
disagreed
ring
on
together at the same time?
is that
Hold on. Go ahead, Eli.
wait, hold up. Angelo, do you mean Wardlow?
What?
Ward?
Warlord.
Who the fuck is Warlord?
You know the Warlord?
Warlord?
I know that one. That was from the late 80s,
No.
early 90s.
I thought he mean Wardlow.
No.
Dude Love?
Oh, never mind.
Hawk and Animal.
Oh, trust me, I've
Absolutely.
studied
All right, so what was your
I've
hot take?
studied everything from my wrestling hot take.
Mhm.
Tachi might be pissed off at me. Hulk Hogan was very overrated. He wasn't overrated in
As
the
a
ring.
kid,
He's very overrated promo.
As I got older, I started to see through the gimmick. But you see, all this athleticism and a leg drop knocks you out. I mean, come on now. That's got to be the most boring finisher I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Well, he's paying for that too.
Yeah, all those drops on his back.
I'd rather get beat with like a
leaping
450. Like I'd rather get beat by like a 450 than a damn leg drop.
All right,
and plus, Hulk Hogan cut the same promo every single time.
Yeah. Eat your vitamins, say your prayers. Yeah, I know. I remember them.
And drink your milk.
They're ingrained in my fucking head.
Brother this, brother that.
Yeah. Eat your steroids. Rip your shirt.
Well, let me tell you something.
Have a good night, Will. But here's a question. We're going to dip out soon because it's getting a little late. But I got to ask you guys. If you had to put the Rockers in their prime against the Hardys in their prime, who wins?
Depends on the match.
Hardys.
I'm gonna say Hardys as well. Yeah, I got to go Hardys on that one.
I'm with you on that one because. Yep, I would have to. Yeah, it's definitely the Hardy Boys were different. They were that duo that changed the game when it came to the in-ring dynamic. They perfected it.
That their tag team.
Eli, don't you go to a wrestling school?
Yeah.
Okay, how long you been doing that for?
Well, before I got into my car accident, I was doing it for a year and a half. Or no, a year.
Okay.
Or no. Yeah, a year.
Okay.
Oh, my goodness. Damn.
Shit, car accident?
Yeah.
Dang, dude. Sorry to hear that.
So it's a car accident? Yeah.
So Neil was about 5 minutes.
So You're how old, Li?
25.
Have a good night, Jonathan. Thanks for hanging out. No, that's.
I miss it.
What's the name of your wrestling school?
Okay. Wrestling is pretty much the thing that saved my life.
What's your name?
All right,
what's the name of your wrestling school?
Go on, Eli.
Wait, Sunil, in wrestling?
Yeah, what's the name of your wrestling school?
No, wrestling saved you.
Oh, first, my wrestling name is Aiden Kaiba.
Aiden Kaiba. Okay.
Well, I got the Kaiba thing from Yu-Gi-Oh! Just because I absolutely loved Yu-Gi-Oh! As a kid. But for Tats, the reason that wrestling saved my life is because after my grandmother passed, which was the only person that for some odd reason knew just how to calm my anger down when I had short fuse, every time she would just say, Justin or Sweetie, and it would just be like, calm. My dad would be like, how? She's like, I don't know. And when she passed,
grandmother.
Yeah,
and then my car accident happened, there was a certain time where I thought, well, I have nothing left. End it. And then I was like, well, if I end it, my grandmother's beating my ass. And then my father would be pissed. And then probably in his sleep, he'll come to heaven and beat my ass. So I'm like, nah. And I'll still be able to wrestle. It's
so
like,
I have to say, I have to say this real quick, Li. Right? You've been, like we always say, you're our favorite troll. I want to thank you for allowing yourself to be vulnerable like that and share that with us, because it's nice. It's refreshing to see that. You know, one of the things I always said, I say it behind the scenes, and NFE, Sunil, Chris, they can attest to it. You know, you're that big of a wrestling fan when you're trolling in the chat and you're getting on everybody, and you know, I said you're in that character. I said, and that's a wrestler's thing. You never break your character. Well, today I did, and I appreciate that.
Well, Aiden Kaiba is just me. A lot more arrogant, but me. It's just literally what Stone Cold was. It was just The Rock. What was The Rock? I don't know Stone Cold's real name, but it was The Rock to Dwayne
It was
Johnson.
Steve Williams.
Steve Williams.
Oh, Steve Williams.
He changed it.
It was
he changed the Stone Cold.
It was Stone Cold to Steve Williams. It's The Rock to Dwayne Johnson. Because no longer does wrestling have to live in baby faces with baby faces, heels with heels. We can just live in two different worlds. Which it should have been all along, but man.
Well, Li, all I will say to you is I'm glad you're here with us, man. Really. So and yeah,
I could see this being LA in a few years.
Oh my God.
Except I'm not wearing that. If anyone would have wear that, I am not.
No, don't wear that.
Yeah, balls are gonna be hanging out.
Oh, I do not want to
forget about what he's wearing. I mean, forget about the attire. Look at the resemblance between Li and Andre the Giant.
I don't see it.
There's no resemblance.
I don't see the resemblance. Yeah, there is absolutely zero resemblance.
That's because of Stone Cold.
That's because Li stopped. That's because Li stopped taking the steroids. Once he starts taking the steroids, he will swell up like a motherfucker.
Bro, I don't need to take no steroids. I don't want to be Hulk Hogan and can barely. I don't want to be Hulk Hogan, Randy Savage, and can barely move in the ring.
You're already John Carl can barely move around the bases, let alone the ring.
I'm just like, no, I don't feel like doing.
Anyhow.
Because I swear, and plus, if I was wearing that attire and had to do a tack match, I'm not having a tack on my nuts. Because that would hurt. Because I don't know why I want to so badly take a tack spot, but I do. That would
First of all, Li, for all the trolling you do, this was the reverse. This was the reverse troll coming for you.
Me saying tax spot went over everybody's heads. And probably everybody's in chat's head, but I can't see it because my computer's dead.
There we go. Well, I think we're going to wrap things up here.
Li looks like the big show.
Big Show.
All right.
Li looks like the Big Show. Oh my God.
If it's the goatee, Show had a more out goatee than me. Mine's just little pubes right here and my mustache. I'm trying to grow up.
I don't know about the big shit.
Well, like
Angelo just won the internet with this one.
You mean Brad didn't win tonight? That's a shocker.
That what?
Well, Sunil said that Angelo won the internet tonight. I said, "Oh, wasn't Brad?"
Nope. Like Brad was not the winner tonight. Angelo won. He won the chat.
Well, I'm about to disqualify him.
Brad, without any effort, wins it on a regular basis. Brad wins the internet on a regular basis just for the mere existence that he has.
No. He's got to work for it. Fuck that. He didn't bring it today.
Yeah, we don't do participation trophies up in here.
Nope. Nope, not at all. No participation.
We'll be sure to bring in Eagles fans next time for him to pick up.
Except don't pick them on Giants fans because we're already dead inside enough.
So yeah, Angelo.
So as a party pod, before we wrap up, do you think your Italian guy, that DeVito guy at quarterback, can beat the Eagles?
I know he's gonna get killed.
He's done. I don't even watch football. I don't know he's done.
That man's gonna die. This Giants O-line sucks. It's like that man's going. That man's gonna be an Italian sausage.
Giants O-line was sponsored by the New York Giants O-line was sponsored by the New York City MTA subway. They basically bought him a turnstile and said, "There's your O-line."
Yep. We miss you too, retired one. That we really do.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, Angelo brings up the wrestling figures from the '80s. Anybody that's had those, you could kill somebody with those things. Those things were heavy.
I went to a store once and I seen those, and I was like, "Why are they so heavy?"
Yep, every single one was like that. But the detail on them was amazing. It really was. But the detail on them were
the detail for the '80s could probably pass for 2023. I'm not even joking.
Right? Yeah. No,
you put a little AI in them. They're definitely 2023.
Can I get my last take?
But I think of
you put the card.
We're going to get into that next week. Next week, we're going to talk about toys from the 80s. We have to now. Angelo started it. But we're really out of time. It's 1:30 in the morning. So we are going to wrap this up.
For me.
Chris, last take.
Yeah, hold on. Let me say one more thing.
Yeah, Chris,
I was going to say, let's go around. Let's give one last statement, and then we'll sign out. So, all right, Li, being you haven't been here in a hot minute before tonight. You go first.
Damn, I was waiting. Can NFE go first?
All right, go ahead.
Go ahead, Chris. I think Chris wanted the last word. Go ahead, man.
All right. So Yamamoto, 13 years, 325, right?
We'll give him a Bobby Bonilla type of deal too after he retires.
Facts.
Have a good night, Carlos. And thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you next time. All right, NFE, your quick take, quick statement.
I said my quick statement. Let's just give Yamamoto a Bobby Bonilla type of deal after he retires.
Well,
while we're at it with the 13 years, 325, I'm down.
All right. Sunil.
So just to be clear, is that 325 million US, Australian, Canadian, or is that Japanese yen?
Yen. What currency is that in?
25% of each.
That's my point. That's my point. Because that's the only way we can seemingly satisfy the trolls, though. Mm-hmm.
I think. No, mine is. I think that the Soto deal is done by. What's today? Monday. I say by Friday. I think so. I think Soto comes off the market a lot quicker than people anticipate. So, Li, close it out. What's your final take?
I want the Yankees to get Andrew Abbott. Get me Andrew Abbott from the Reds. I want that man in the Yankee uniform. And here's one more. The can't handle New York thing is bullcrap.
All right. I was wondering when you were going to bring that up. Now you bring it up. But that is going to wrap it up for us today. Everybody, thanks for hanging out in the chat with us as late as it is. I know a lot of you are on the East Coast. It is late. I want to thank Chris and Lynn, especially from the upper deck, for coming and hang out with us. Carlos, Angelo, you killed the chat today. You are the chat champion for the night. Brad, bring you again next week, bro. You slacked it today. Jonathan, I know we didn't get a lot of baseball talk at the end, but you know how it is. So, on behalf of all of us at the Pittsburgh Chronicles, I hope everybody hit that like button, hit that sub button, share this video out, and as I always like to say, make sure you wear those pinstripes of pride and play